Welcome to the Disc and Deals coverage of the DGA Star City Classic, sponsored by Disc Gauntlet. Disc and Deals doing our chase card coverage for us all weekend. My name's James Fleege, one of the tournament directors here. I'm joined by that man you just saw a moment ago, Mr. Tony Odem, the tournament director at Star City. We're here today at Roper West for round 2 of this PDGA A-Tier and DGPT-Q Series event, hosted by the Lincoln Flying Disc Club in Lincoln, Nebraska. Roper West is the original disc golf course in Nebraska. It's been through many different incarnations over the years, starting at 9, expanding to 18, expanding to 27, and now back in its current format as an 18-hole layout. Thank you to our sponsors for Star City, and thank you to Disc and Deals for this coverage, and our friends at Ace Run Pro for providing the drone footage that you'll see with us today. On the card, we're going to have Jonathan Fletcher, former winner of this event from Fairbury, Nebraska, just about an hour and a half down the road. And Nathan Bachman joins the card from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Always a good crew from South Dakota coming down for Star City. And a familiar face at Star City, multi-time winner, Mr. Logan Harpool from Valley Center, Kansas. And rounding out the card, Caleb Bruce from Pawhuska, Oklahoma. Thanks to Caleb for joining us again this year. And what do we got coming up here for hole 1, Tony?
Hole 1, par 4 to start you off at 787 feet. Interstate 180 lines the left side. We got an OB sidewalk on the right that really pinches up by the basket. Good drives land about here, about 400 feet off. Then you got big upshot right about here. Par, good score. Birdie's definitely in play, but it takes some big shots to start off your round.
And going to see Fletcher first on the box.
Something is Lucas's fault to start the day off, but hopefully Jonathan puts that past him. And he does. Big turnover.
Fading out, but that should be all right for Fletcher. Probably wanted a bit more distance off the tee. Hey, who's that?
Never seen that guy in my life.
Yeah.
Oh, I did announce Jonathan. That's what was Lucas's fault. He missed it. Nice, smooth shot from Nathan. Yeah, once again, big shout out to the Sioux Falls, South Dakota crew. That group grows every year.
Logan Harpool.
Stoked to have him here. Logan's a 2-time champion of this event. Always thankful to have him back.
A little low on the forehand, but out there in the open, nonetheless.
From Pawhuska, Oklahoma, Caleb Bruce.
Caleb's been here a few years as well. He's usually out putting in new courses around the country and the world, I believe, with Disc Golf Park.
Grabbing that tree, kicking to the right. Kind of a tricky second coming up for Caleb.
A little change to this hole from previous years, though. There used to be an OB line on the right side. Taking that out. So he's got a lot more room to work with here. Still in bounds.
Clip something there. Still have a look at the basket.
Yeah, puts that in a good spot to save par from there. Logan's not worried about the emergencies. He's worried about the birdies.
Great shot from Logan.
Really smooth shot from Nathan. Puts him in a great spot up here by that cottonwood.
Looking a little inside, perhaps. Yeah, going to find himself short there. Fletcher in a good place to attack, but as we get it by the pin, you'll see another look at that sidewalk, how close it is to the basket. Ooh, Fletcher pushing that right.
It's making me nervous as he was lining that up because he couldn't really swing the shot as much as he wanted to, so he turned it over and, yeah, definitely paid the price there. Caleb's probably got a big, tall shot here. He can just spike into the green.
A big spike indeed. Very well done.
C2 look for Nathan to get it started. Oh, a little short. It's online.
Fletcher looking to save par.
John's got a really strong putt. Seemed a little tentative there, though.
Great putt from Logan. A very smooth putting stroke. Always like watching that.
Caleb saves par after that early tree kick. John's got a little work left. That is not the start he wants. But that's just hole one. Plenty more golf to be played. We have a birdie, a couple pars, double bogey. That leads us into hole two. Another par four, 676 feet. Interstate 180, still lining the left. We got a Mando on the right. You got to stay left of that tree, avoiding the sidewalk, really. It's pretty flat up to about this point where we start to go uphill. Brings in a really low ceiling as you approach the basket. It's right in the middle in terms of difficulty across the course, but getting some good distance off the tee shot lends itself to an easier upshot.
Yeah, you really need about 375 to 400 off the tee here to be in a good spot for that second.
Yeah, Logan puts that really low. It's almost too straight, too. You really either want to be pretty far left or pretty far right to open up that shot. Nathan turns that over early. Looks like a really good move by Caleb.
Yeah. I have a couple of those small trees to deal with there. See what he can do from that position.
Yeah, the evolution of this course, losing a lot of trees, we've been replanting them, and I tend to forget all those small ones out there that pose a challenge nowadays.
And we got a little over 100 trees in it west about 2.5, 3 years ago at this point. Starting to take off a little bit. There you can get a good perspective of the uphill on that next shot. Looks like Harpool's taking the right side.
Yeah, we worked to open that up a little bit. It still poses a challenge with the ceiling there. Going for a little airbound shot there. Oh, what a great shot by Logan.
Very nicely done. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up, yeah. Jonathan's in a good spot. He's got a little bit more ceiling to work with immediately. Oh, and he's going roller.
Checks up. Great roller from Fletcher.
I almost want to say that's unconventional, but it's really not. The low ceiling, that's a really great play right there. Caleb staring right at it. Oh.
A little high and right. Grabs a branch. Take a look at Bachman throwing 3.
It's out low. Probably a circle 2 putt there for par save. Oh.
Nice floaty bid there from Caleb. Almost bringing it up from deep.
Nathan's putt, it's painting the pole. It's just a little short. Logan with another birdie. Like I said, Logan's a 2-time winner of this event. Won it twice as a B tier. This is our 3rd time as an A tier, and he's hungry.
And Fletcher grabbing that birdie.
It's a good bounce back after that double to start. Caleb saving par. Looks like Nathan's going to tap in for bogey here. And then I'll wrap up hole 2 for us.
Harpool coming out of the gate at 2 down. Got to be happy with that start.
Yeah, this is a very scoreable course, but going to put a premium on some distance today. Here we are, hole 3, 335 feet. Mando on the right side, really just, again, protecting the sidewalk. Straight shot. The basket kind of is on a downslope there a little bit, so it can run away from you if you really go at it. A few trees to contend with, but nothing too much in the way. Should be a pretty straightforward shot. I expect we'll see some mid-range, maybe some fairway shots.
Yeah, during the summer months, the green can get somewhat fast as it dries out, but pretty sticky today for the most part with all the rain we had before the event. Another good shot from Logan.
Throwing a pretty neutral disc there, letting it work a little bit. Probably a 25-foot bid there. Trying to start off with the turkey. Jonathan, newly sponsored by Prodigy Disc this year. You can see the wind's picking up here.
Yeah,
so he's definitely trying to fight that.
A little high and inside, but Fletcher will still have a look nonetheless.
Those are the kind of shots where that Mando comes into play. If you really don't hold it on hyzer, you turn it over. Caleb trying to hyzer flip his disc. Pulls right. It's not in a bad spot. He's going to have that tree to contend with, though, I think. Nathan turning that over into the headwind. It's in C2. Got that downhill bid. That's not an easy putt. Oh. Once again, it looked like it could have gone in. It's just coming up a little short.
Yeah, Nathan's got that very soft, floaty putting style. When he misses, not going very far from the basket. You look at the Fletcher birdie attempt here. And he grabs it. So Fletcher gets a pair after that double on hole 1. New tree putting in work there. All right.
Caleb's putting that out of his mind. Ooh.
Just a touch low.
Logan from similar distance.
A little bit uncharacteristically low from Logan there. Quickly taps it in for his par. Sure, he will mentally move on from that one pretty quickly. As we see another par tap in from Nathan. Caleb as well.
I love that we're seeing different scores all across the board here.
Guys joking about the wind, pushing putts around a little bit.
That'll take us into hole 4. Our third par 4 of the opening 4 holes. 643 feet. Really looking for a big hyzer out of the gate here. Sidewalk right, plays OB. There's a property line left. Basket comes up to this pinch point here, and it's on a slope. So premium is going to be at putting it close, not having to contest with those trees on the left side, keeping it in bounds off the drive. We know the wind's kind of pushing as a headwind, maybe even pushing left to right off the tee here. So, and we also expanded the tee pad, so they do have this straight shot to really attack more. And that's what Jonathan's doing here. Oh, that's low. Not getting the distance he really wanted there.
Same line from Logan. Let's see the wind pushing it around a little bit, getting more distance. That's going to be in a great spot there.
It's got that tree to contend with, but from here it should really be a simple little pitch up.
Yeah, very, very accessible par 4 here on the 4th. Caleb gets a hold of that one.
Holding that hyzer line the whole way. Great shot by Caleb. There's a flat spot down there that makes your upshot a little easier. Caleb's going to be on the side slope a little bit, but really shouldn't be too big of a challenge for him.
You know, back in the day, this was my childhood sledding hill in the winter. Old original hole 7. That shapes up nicely for Nathan. You ever go sledding out there, Tony?
You know, I never sledded here. I always went to Pioneers Park, going down the big slides there.
Are you trying to big dog me right now?
Trying to big dog you there.
Okay, that's fair.
John throwing a really straight shot there. Clears that just kind of natural hazard area. But he's got that tree to contend with. He's probably going to be putting from a knee there.
Yeah, I think so. Stock approach. Little slip from Logan, but I think he's got that one under control.
I think that slip helped him. Yeah, these guys got real far on the drive here.
Yeah, it's a great place to be off the tee. Looking down at the basket there. Caleb swings that a little wide.
It's going to come back.
That'll do just fine.
Yeah, probably like an 18-foot, slightly uphill. Should be okay. Nathan's probably got the bigger challenge here. Just the way the left side rough looks over there.
Yeah, I'm not really familiar with Nathan's game. Kind of surprised to see him not go with the forehand there, but perhaps more of a predominantly backhanded guy. And I'll have that to tap in.
Oh, and the roll away. Oh, that's punishing.
That'll be a tricky comebacker for Fletcher there.
Gonna have to bend it a little bit. Still out. Oh. Jonathan's on a little bit of a roller coaster ride here. Starts with a double, gets 2 birdies, and looking at a bogey. Caleb puts it in for birdie. Logan and Caleb really showing the premium you get for some distance there on that tee shot. cleans up for par. We're still waiting for Logan to tap his birdie in.
And that's going to put Harpool 3 for 4.
It's a pretty hot start there. And that'll take us into hole 5. Tough par 3, 417 feet. Kind of a tight shot because you've got these trees on the left side, OB on the right, lining the creek there. Plays as the 5th hardest hole, a little bit above par. The left side does swing out wide open if you've got that, but at 417 feet, you want to just try to take the straightest path you can here.
Yeah, really just got to keep it low and on a rope. Just about like that.
Wow. Great shot.
Yeah, flares left, but Logan will like that off the tee.
Yeah, that's if you can get up there putting, you're sitting pretty good. Those trees come into play can definitely kick you OB quickly too. So getting up there to where you have a putt is certainly what you're looking for. Ooh, Caleb goes a little too. Gets the good side kick there.
Yeah, that was heading OB for sure.
See what kind of distance Nathan has. A little too straight, it looks like, but good. I mean, good distance. If you could have gotten a little bit more finish there, he's up on the green. He's probably looking from circle 2 there. Jonathan a little low. Taking that hyzer flip line. It's not, I mean, there's a lot of danger potentially on this hole though. See a lot of kicks right. So anything in bounds isn't anything to scoff at. Caleb just a little routine flick with a overstable approach disc. Have that easy tap in from there.
Yeah, Fletcher is a little closer than I thought. C2 bid here for him.
Yeah. Plenty of space behind the basket to run it, so I think he's going to go for it.
And off the flag.
Wasn't short. Got to give him credit there. Oh, yeah, Nathan's right up there about pin high. If it wouldn't have hit that tree, skipping right to the basket.
And just leaving him a little short to start the round.
Looked like my putts, though. Just hitting the padlock there.
There you go.
Ooh.
Yeah, Logan leaving that a little low again.
It's 2 of the last 3 we've seen Logan leave low. He's a fast guy to learn, though. I think, he's going to learn from those misses pretty quickly, I think. Par tap-ins here for Caleb, Jonathan. Nathan will round it out. Yeah, star par for the card. Birdie's tough here. Birdie's very tough. And trying to throw 417 straight. But nobody's punished there either. Going into hole 6. Island hole, 277-foot par 3. Got these bricks bordering the island here. The basket's raised up a little bit. It's on the back side of the island. If you don't land in bounds, there's a drop zone just outside of C1 on the left side there. It's pretty routine, but if the wind picks up, it gets really challenging.
Yeah, should be a Short little stock shot for these guys here, as you can see from Logan. And just a hair short, but well within his range.
That's gonna sit. Getting close, though. It's a challenge. We see a lot of guys, especially with the right-hand backhand hyzer, either pull it wide or saw it off a little bit because they're trying to spike it. Nathan trying to drive straight at it.
It does sneak onto the island, but probably looking at about 60 feet or so from there. As Fletcher puts this out pretty high, see if that checks up.
And it does. Not exactly where you want to be putting from on this hole, though.
Yeah, that OB line pretty tight behind the basket, kind of putting uphill at the pin.
Nathan just pitches up. Should be a pretty routine tap in from there. See if Logan can connect here. Oof.
So a few narrow misses from Harpool to get the round going here. And a chance to go 6 through 6.
Caleb saying it wasn't short. And he caught metal, so didn't go B either.
Unfortunate miss from Fletcher. Swinging that wide right, no B. A comebacker here for bogey. Connects on that. Sure, Fletcher wants that one back. Even though a short little hole here on the 6th, not seeing any birdies on the card here.
Yeah, really surprised by that. It's not. It shouldn't be a challenging shot for these guys. But, you know, you're in an A tier, you're at a Q Series event for the Disc Golf Pro Tour, chase card. The nerves are there.
Yeah, just a few narrow misses.
And every shot you have to execute. So, you know, even though it's a pretty standard shot, if you don't execute it properly, you're going to leave yourself a little tester. So that's hole 6 for us. Short little island hole showing its teeth. Moving on to another par 4 here in hole 7, 647 feet. Once again, distance on the drive is really going to be what you're looking for. Just try to throw it straight up this gut. Put yourself in a good spot for a chip up shot. Got to control the distance a little bit. OB plays along the backside of it. If you let your disc fade out to the left, OB can come into play too.
This is another one where our trees kind of grow in the coming years. This hole will shape up in a considerably different way. Than see Logan put himself out into a great position there. Nice open look for his second.
See one of the big trees on the right side that came out not too long ago either. Really opens up this shot. So we'll be looking to tighten that up over the years. Yeah, right where Caleb's throwing to before. That's in the middle of a thick tree. So kind of opens up that hyzer shot a little bit more. Nathan's got the opportunity to throw something that kind of flips over. He's got to go around those second set of trees, but he's not in a terrible spot.
Yeah, kind of surprised to not see him taking that a little bit wider. A lot of real estate to deal with out there, but still in an okay position where he landed. As Fletcher flips that up and drifting. He'll have a forehand or a turnover look from there. Somebody's truck parked in the middle of the fairway there.
Might be the TDs. There's Fletcher with the towering forehand.
Yeah, good shot.
And to be fair, the truck isn't out of bounds.
Yes, it is. It has the distance. That's looking good. And it does.
Up there, pin high. Yeah, Nathan's definitely not the farthest thrower on the card, but he's playing a good controlled game.
Mm-hmm.
I can see why that benefited out at Beal Slough, too. Caleb throws out a little wide, working its way back. Oh.
Finds that OB long.
Still going to be in C1 for the par save, but when it looks like a routine little upshot, you don't want to end up going OB long, that's for sure.
And nice chip up from Logan. See if he can get back on track with this upcoming putt. As we look at the Fletcher birdie attempt. Just a little high off that band from Fletch. Good par save.
Yeah. Good catch by the basket there. Stays in, doesn't see the bogey. Good connection by Logan. It's not a long putt, but after a few misses and 4 holes, he really wanted to make sure he got one. Nathan for birdie here. Good C1 look for him.
And there we go. Good to get on the board.
Jonathan to clean up for par. That's one of those kind of holes where you really want to pick up the birdie. He was obviously frustrated with it in hole 7, but time to move on to hole 8. Shorter par 4, 583 feet. Premium on placement here. You got a wide open fairway, but pull it right or left, you got trees to contend with. And then the basket sits up here in this pinch point. So anything right of the sidewalk is going to be OB. You got quite a bit of space to work with to land your disc, but you don't want to have to overcome the trees to get up there. You want the wide open upshot. Yeah. Logan going a little wide here. This is not necessarily ideal. Well, that comes back pretty well, actually. So he's probably going to have more of a straighter shot to the green instead of the little pitch up hyzer.
Yeah, I think ideally if you can put yourself out about 420 or so off the tee, just really making that second shot easier to that small patch of land you got to land in. But I'm sure Logan can manage where he's at. So we see Nathan inside getting caught up in those cedars.
Yeah, this is a hole where, again, I said placement is what you're looking for, but if you have big distance, that certainly makes that upshot easier. And Logan's no slouch on distance, but he's also a really good controlled player. Jonathan really looking to spike that right in the spot for his upshot. Puts it dead center. Going to see a forehand out of Nathan here.
Yeah, just chipping it up.
Oh, looks like he goes a little too straight on him. Yeah, OB.
And we'll see if Fletcher gets this speed right, gets it to drop, and sticks it nicely.
Right there. Great up by John. Caleb's got a little bit more of a sweeping angle to work with.
Same result.
From that catch cam angle, I didn't realize how great of a shot that was by Logan. This is a really good spot.
Logan got out there a bit further than I thought he did.
Yeah.
Excellent spot to be off the tee.
Nathan pitches up. Should just be some cleanup duty for a few birdies and a bogey for Nathan.
Logan gets his second consecutive birdie there. Bring him to 5 through 8 on the round. Caleb gets his with authority there.
Yeah, that looked strong. A little high, but a lot of want on it. Definitely wasn't tentative. Three birdies and a bogey. See how they definitely favored the right-hand player there, but good scores there. Moving on to hole 9. This one's going to play a little tricky. You got what we're considering an island fairway, so anything left of the sidewalk is inbounds here, but you got to clear a little section to get inbounds off the tee. It breaks up to where there's OB left, and then the green plays as another island. So you have to land inbounds on your tee shot. If you don't, you proceed to a drop zone, and then any subsequent shot from the fairway or the drop zone has to land inbounds on the green, or you go to another drop zone. Logan going for that strong forehand, really looking to push right here, put him in position to go for the green.
Yeah, great position from Logan.
It's probably not as far right as you would hope for, but he's going to have a chance to still get birdie there.
I would imagine he's sitting about 280 from the pin.
Yeah, this looks pretty good. Probably a little short on the distance, but right up against that OB, so he's got a clear line to the basket.
Yeah, and the way those trees set up on the second shot, you kind of want to be shorter where Caleb is, or longer like Logan, and that in-between landing area, definitely going to have some trees to work with on the second.
This looks like a great shot from John. Oh, got low a little too fast on him.
Let's see what Fletcher has for the look. Might have to swing it wide around the tree that I was just mentioning there. And just a touch from the branch, but stock shot for the lefty.
So now some of these guys are going to have a decision to make. It's a pretty big carry to the green from where Nathan's at. He could pitch up if he wanted to. It looks like he's probably going for it, though. Oh. Yeah. He might have had the distance there. I think he just hitting that tree really took quite a bit off.
So he will be heading to the drop zone on his next shot. Fletcher going wide right.
Jonathan definitely has the distance. And he puts it right up there. Wow.
Perfect. Sure the players appreciate the sticky grass also on a day like this, on this hole in particular.
Logan's certainly not happy with it. It's going to be in bounds, but it's just not as close to the pin as he was hoping for.
Yeah, he'll have likely taken a par. I guess there's a little space he could run that putt if he wants to, but
Caleb looking for the fatter part of the green. Skips off the sidewalk, and he's safe. 2 shots coming from the same spot here.
I do like where Logan played it off the tee. I think getting a little bit more distance and the angle that he was throwing at coming into that green kind of opens up that bailout space a little bit more. Give it a little soft run.
Kinda, he says.
Yeah.
That's probably the bid you're looking for from there. So definitely find OB again if you really drive that putt. So both of them trying to give it a look, give it a chance without punishing themselves. Nathan's got about a 38 footer here, I think, downhill to the basket. It's very makeable, but it's a little nervy with the OB behind the basket again.
Yeah, just a hair short.
Yeah.
And with the speed that Nathan throws his putts, probably not too worried about going OB, but guys who have more spin putt style and throwing a little bit harder, that can definitely be a nervy putt from that drop zone.
Oh, unfortunate miss by Jonathan there. The last birdie chance on the card.
Yeah. Don't like to see that from Fletcher. A couple short ones that he's missed today. See if he can get back on track here.
That'll wrap up hole 9. Oh, excuse me. Logan Harpool with the par putt.
And yes, as Logan taps that in, that's going to do it for our front 9 coverage of the DGA Star City Classic, sponsored by Disc Gauntlet. Hey, shout out to the Bushlight Bandit. Actually, no shout out to the Bushlight Bandit. Get out of here.
Stop leaving your cans on the course.
If you've seen that man, please contact the Lincoln Flying Disc Club as we take a look at the leaderboard here. Bennett Domeland having a hot round. Logan Harpool right up there at the top. Please come back to the Disc and Deals channel and join us for the back 9.